When it comes to cholesterol and heart health, the debate often centers around how much cholesterol we consume, but an equally important question is where it comes from. Animal-based cholesterol and plant-based sterols and stanols may sound like similar substances, but they behave very differently in the human body. One plays a well-known role in blood lipid levels, while the other may actually help lower them. Understanding the difference can clear up a lot of confusion and might make you think twice the next time you see plant-based or cholesterol-free on a label. Cholesterol from animal products, known as dietary cholesterol, is found only in foods that come from animals: eggs, meat, dairy, shellfish, and organ meats. For years, this kind of cholesterol was considered public enemy number one in heart disease prevention. But today, the science is more nuanced. For most people, dietary cholesterol has a relatively modest impact on blood cholesterol levels because the body tightly regulates its own cholesterol production. When dietary cholesterol goes up, the liver often produces less, like a thermostat balancing supply and demand. That's why many people can eat eggs or shrimp without a spike in LDL, bad cholesterol. However, not everyone responds the same way. About 20 to 30% of people are hyperresponders, whose blood cholesterol does increase more significantly with high intake of dietary cholesterol. Still, even in these individuals, the rise in LDL is often accompanied by a rise in HDL, good cholesterol, which can help offset the risk. More importantly, dietary cholesterol usually comes bundled with other nutrients that matter, like saturated fat. A bacon cheeseburger has cholesterol, sure, but it also has saturated fat, sodium, and refined carbs, all of which play a bigger role in cardiovascular risk. The cholesterol in a plain hard-boiled egg is a very different situation than the cholesterol in a deep-fried breakfast sandwich. Now, enter plant sterols and stanols. These are compounds that look structurally similar to cholesterol, but they come exclusively from plants, found naturally in foods like nuts, seeds, legumes, and whole grains. Unlike animal-based cholesterol, plant sterols and stanols are not absorbed well by the human body. In fact, their similarity to cholesterol allows them to compete for absorption in the digestive tract and win. This means they can block the absorption of dietary cholesterol and reduce the amount that enters the bloodstream. The result? Lower LDL cholesterol levels. Clinical studies have shown that consuming about 2 grams of plant sterols or stanols per day can reduce LDL cholesterol by 5 to 15%, especially when used as part of a heart-healthy diet. That's why some foods, like fortified margarines, yogurts, and orange juice, now add plant sterols as a functional ingredient. They're often marketed with claims like proven to lower cholesterol, and in this case, the claim is actually supported by research. But don't expect miracles. Plant sterols and stanols aren't a fix-all. They don't appear to affect HDL or triglyceride levels much, and their effect on long-term cardiovascular outcomes is still being studied. They're best used as one tool in a broader strategy, not as an excuse to cancel out a high-saturated fat diet with a steroid-fortified spread. So, what's the real takeaway? Animal-based cholesterol and plant-based sterols may sound similar, but in practical terms, they're nutritional opposites. One has a mild to moderate impact on blood cholesterol depending on the person, while the other can actually reduce cholesterol absorption and lower LDL levels. Eggs, dairy, and lean meats can still have a place in a balanced diet for most people, especially when paired with plenty of plant-based foods that include natural or fortified sterols. Ultimately, the bigger issue isn't just cholesterol, it's the total context of a diet. A plate filled with vegetables, legumes, healthy fats, and fiber-rich grains will support better lipid balance than one centered on processed meats and white bread, regardless of the cholesterol numbers. And if plant sterols help tip the scales in the right direction, even better. Just know that cholesterol's behavior in the body isn't just about what you eat, it's about how everything works together once it gets there.